loves, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today it is very obvious what we are doing. We have quite a big book haul. I honestly did a book haul not that long ago, but I kind of didn't realize how many books I have bought and received recently. So I just want to talk about them. I'm excited to read them all. I've read like 2 of these, but I'm just so excited to get to all of these and so grateful for publishers from sending me them. But honestly, quite a few of these I bought myself just because I've been in a book shopping mood recently, and when I get in a book shopping mood, it's really hard to get me out of it. As you've probably seen with the few book shopping vlogs I've done recently. Anyway, today we have a book haul. I am very excited. I think we have about 15 books here to go through. So without further ado, let's just get in. Okay, starting out with a very exciting release. This is Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. This is the second book to Wild Love. I quickly became an Elsie Silver fan when I started the Chestnut Spring series. I did not think I was going to like them. If you don't know, the Chestnut Spring series is a cowboy romance series set in like a small outback town in Canada, and I did not think that was going to be my cup of tea, but I was so highly entertained throughout every single one of those books. And so when Wild Love came out, I was so excited. It only came out earlier this year. Like, Elsie Silver just churns out books. It's crazy. And this just released the other day, and I am so excited to read this. This is technically connected to the Chestnut Spring series, but you don't have to read the Chestnut Spring series. We're just kind of connected with our characters, but yeah, you don't need to read them if you just want to read this series. So on the back, it says, a rugged mountain town seemed like the perfect escape from a life in shambles until she ran into the world's hottest single dad. As a chart-top country singer with a recent streak of bad press, it's hard for Skylar Stone to find any peace, but she finds it in Rose Hill, with a little boy and a little girl who steal her heart just as thoroughly as their dad, Weston Belmont. The man is a shameless flirt. He oozes confidence and masculinity in a way that is downright distracting. Everything with him is wild and impulsive, and Skylar is desperate to regain some control. So it is a single dad small town romance trope, which we love. I just feel like this will be really, really fun. I don't know what it is about Elsie Silver, but her romances are really addictive. The characters are really great. Like, I feel like within her series, there's always someone you can relate to as well. The first book in the Chestnut Spring series I didn't love, but I loved like the rest of the series so much more. I still enjoyed the first book. And same with Wild Love. Like, I really enjoyed it. It was fun, but it wasn't like a 5-star read. It was like a 3.5, 4-star read for me. But I've got a feeling that like they're just going to keep getting better in this series. And I am just obsessed with the covers. Like, they're so cute. So yeah, that was the first book we have. Penguin sent me an ARC copy, which I am just so ever grateful when I get ARC copies because they're amazing. It basically means advanced reader copy. So like they look a little bit different to the published versions, but this is Lady Macbeth by Ava Reid. Now, Ava Reid also wrote A Study in Drowning, which I read earlier in this year and absolutely loved. I just absolutely love her writing. I love her characters. It was like an academic rivals to lovers, amazing, and really interesting magic system. So I am super excited to go into this. I actually don't know what it's about. It doesn't have a blurb or anything because it is an ARC copy, but you know, I love Ava Reid's writing, so I feel like I'm going to love it. It has some poems in the front, like by T.S. Eliot and stuff, which I really like their poems, so we'll see. I'm just excited. I don't have a lot to say on this one, but I'm so grateful for the ARC copy because like they become my prized possession so quickly. This is also out now. This came out in August, end of August, so ignore the fact I keep changing positions. I can't get comfy. Anyway, the next book I literally just got today and I was like, okay, this is the perfect excuse to film a book haul. And that is Deadly Occupants by Mads Rafferty. Now, Mads Rafferty wrote like The Heir of Broken Fate, this book, which I absolutely love. And also the sequel, Heir of Broken Kingdom. She just writes really fun romantic books, but this is not a romantic book. This is like, I think it is YA thriller. In the note she gave me, I think this comes out tomorrow. She described it as, so when you see this, it'll be out. Pretty Little Liars meets Paranormal Activity. Be careful reading this at night. Happy spooky season, out September 10th from Mads Rafferty. So this basically just sounds like my ideal book. Like, I love spooky books. I like kind of, not cozy mysteries, but like high school mysteries, that kind of stuff. Like, basically when I was young, I used to read The Babysitter's Club, and there were those few books that were like solving mysteries and stuff. They were hands down my favorite. So these kind of books, like, I'm obsessed with. It says, do the dead ever truly stay dead? Or are the shadows something to fear? A haunted house tour on Halloween night with 3 of her college best friends takes a twisted turn when Blair barely escapes with her life. The night may have ended, but the horrors are just beginning. Soon after, their town home seems to come alive, making them question if they are truly alone. As the paranormal activity rises to a fear-filled high, that's a tongue twister, Blair discovers that the house isn't the only thing haunting her, but also her past. Now Blair faces the challenge of solving the devastating mystery or risks succumbing to the same torturous fate. So it just sounds really fun. I actually think I'm going to sit down and read this tonight because I am like due for a new book. So I just want to like binge this tonight, honestly. honestly, I can think of nothing better to do. I am so excited to read this one. Thank you so much, Mads, for sending me this. I'll do these 3 books next because in one of my most recent shopping vlogs, I did book shopping for your favorite reads of all time. And I am currently reading some of them, which that'll be coming next. So the books I bought in that, first of all, was Cleopatra and Frankenstein. A few of you said this, by Coco Milors. This is a like contemporary fiction, I think with a little bit of romance. I don't know, I've heard mixed things, but it is a contemporary fiction and I've been really enjoying that. I've been loving Abby Jimenez a lot recently and I love Taylor Jenkins Reid, like, and just their view on life. So I am really intrigued by this. It is about Cleo who goes to New York, but she's about to be shipped out because her student visa is quickly running out. And then at a New Year's Eve party, I think, she meets Frank, a successful 20 years older guy that can give her the security she craves and the green card she needs. What begins at a chance of meeting will change their life forever. I've just heard really good things about this and I think I really have been wanting to like broaden my horizons with my reading recently rather than just like reading thrillers, fantasy, and romance. So I'm really intrigued by this one, and also the cover, absolutely stunning. I think this author also just came out with another book recently called Blue Sisters. So if I like this, I'll definitely be getting that. The next book that so many of you told me you absolutely loved was Beartown by Fredrik Backman. This was probably the most popular answer, honestly. So it looks really intriguing, and I've also heard a lot about it, and it's also now a series, a Hobo original series. It says, Beartown is a small town in the largest Swedish forest. For most of the year, it is under a thick blanket of snow, experiencing a cold and dark that brings people closer together or pulls them apart. Its isolation means that Beartown has slowly been shrinking with each passing year. But now that the town is on the verge of an astonishing revival, a bright new future is just around the corner. Until the day it is all put into jeopardy by a single brutal act. It divides the town into those who think it should be hushed up and forgotten, and those who will risk the future to see justice done. Can one young man find the courage to speak about the truth no one wants to hear? So it's giving like small town fears, all that kind of stuff, like kind of cozy small town mystery type vibes. Except I don't know that it's that cozy, and I think it's written like wonderfully, at least that's what I've heard. And I think it is also the start of a series. I don't know if there's 2 or 3 in the series, but I do know that there is another book after this. So if I like it, I have a new series to enjoy. I'm really excited though. It says over 18 million copies sold. So like clearly it's a well-loved book, and I can't believe I haven't really heard much about it before. Yeah, I'm very excited to go into this one. And then one of the other books you said you all loved, and one that I bought, is The Book Thief. I cannot believe I haven't read this book before. Like, it is a classic. I am very scared too because I feel like it might be sad considering we're based around World War II. I don't know, that's just a guess, but I feel like it is going to really just have a big effect on me. I think I'm going to like it. I've been really loving historical fiction a lot more recently, and I do love a good classic, like Pretty Women, The Great Gatsby. I know this is more of a modern classic, but yeah, I love all those. So I do think I'm going to like this. I just have to be in the right headspace to read it, and I have to make sure I give it my attention that it deserves. And even if that means like reading a little bit of it now and then, whilst also having a few other books on the go to kind of let myself breathe and realize it. Although a lot of people have said that you just speed through this. I'm going to go into this one blind. All I know that it is set in Germany in World War II. But I want to go into it blind. I've made myself not look at the back so I can go into it blind, but I am very excited and nervous to read this one. So those were the 3 books I bought that all of you told me you absolutely loved. Now moving on, Penguin also kindly sent me We'll Prescribe You a Cat. I'm not going to pronounce the author's name because I feel like I'll absolutely just be brutal about it, so I'm not going to do this, but it's translated by Madison Shimoda, and this just seems like such a cute little book. I also think my boyfriend is going to absolutely love this because he loves like Japanese authors, Japanese writing. I read a few books in the series of Before the Coffee Gets Cold and absolutely loved it, but I haven't read a lot of Japanese authors, so I'm trying to kind of branch out a little bit, and this just seems so cute. It is basically about set in Kyoto, and I also just went to Japan, so like I don't know, it makes it fun for me. We are set at a clinic for the soul. Only a select few, those who feel real emotional pain, can find it. The mysterious clinic offers a unique treatment for its troubled patients. It prescribes cats as a medication. I just think that is the cutest little premise. I think that is so sweet. So I feel like this is just going to be a really cozy little read. The cover is so cute. It is a hardback as well. I don't usually get hardbacks, but yeah, it just looks so cute. So I'm very excited and intrigued to go into this one. As I said, I'm trying to broaden my reading horizons at the moment, and I feel like this is a really good place to start. I apologize if the lighting has changed or my camera just died, but we're back. Okay, the next book is The Coven. I know this was actually just recently traditionally published. Like it wasn't, I think this was first independently published, but This is by Harper L. Woods. Now, I am not entirely sure if I'm going to love this book because I have heard mixed things. I do believe it is a fantasy. It is very short. It's like, I think less than 300 pages. But I don't know if it's a dark romance. And if you know me, we know that I just get uncomfortable reading dark romances. But I don't know, I am curious about this one. It says, your destiny is not to do what is right. Your destiny is to destroy us all. Willow never thought she'd accept a place at Hollow Grove University, the secret and prestigious institution where the best and brightest of her fellow witches learn to wield their magic. But Willow has reasons for being at Hollow's Grove beyond education it offers. Raised to be a weapon against the coven that presides over the university, she must find the bones of her ancestors in order to reclaim the magic that is her destiny. And then, of course, it is fantasy romance. So the fact that it is set at a university definitely intrigues me because I am a sucker for any academy, magic school, anything like that. Like, I instantly am intrigued. So that's kind of what's intriguing me about this one. I don't know. Let me know if you have read this though, because I'm curious. I'm very, very curious. Next we have The Games Gods Play. I don't think I showed this in my last haul. No, I don't think I did. I got it a little while ago. This was definitely like one of the last books I got, but I thought I'd show it in here anyway. And this is actually the only book in this haul that I have read. I absolutely loved it, by the way. Like, obsessed with it. I talked about it in my August reading wrap up, but this is like a Greek mythology inspired fantasy romance, which number one, mythology inspired fantasy romances, like I'm going to love. And this just was so, so good. This is a love story between Hades and our main protagonist. Okay, I've forgotten her name, but yeah. Anyway, it is about like a tournament. Every year, I think it is, or every few years, the Greek gods come down and pick a tribute for them to represent them in a games. This game kind of determines who's going to rule Olympus. So it's really interesting. And I think the fact that they like have a person, like a mortal, represent them in the games is kind of interesting. But anyway, I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun. I highly recommend it. Like, this was a 4.75 stars for me. Like, it was that much fun. And it's just so easy to speed read. Like, you'll just speed through it. It's great. So much fun. Next we have The Academy for Liars, or An Academy for Liars, sorry, by Alexis Henderson. Penguin sent me this one again. Penguin has been absolutely spoiling me recently, and I am so, so grateful because this just sounds completely up my alley. I think it is a bit of a dark academia magic school. So it says Lennon Carter's life is falling apart until she gets a mysterious phone call inviting her to sit the entrance exam for somewhere very few have ever heard of, Drayton College, a school of magic hidden in secret pockets of Savannah. Lennon has been chosen because, like everyone else at the school, she is special. She possesses the innate gift of persuasion, the ability to wield her will like a weapon and use it to control others, in rare cases, matter itself. After passing the grueling exam, Lennon must learn how to master this devastating power. Whilst persuasion takes a heavy toll on her body and her mind, she is captivated by all that surrounds her. Her studies, college's lush, moss-draped campus, her brilliant classmates, but most of all by Dante, the charismatic advisor who both intimidates and intrigues her. I'm sorry, my bad. Anyway, this sounds like something I'd love, honestly. It's academy-based book. Like, we all know that I love that. I can't wait to read this. I'm very, very curious. So yeah, kind of like dark academia. I feel like it's perfect for the fall if you're going to the fall. Of course, we're going into spring and this is like the first warm day we've had in ages. But you know, I'm still going to be reading it because I never really stopped reading fantasy and dark academia and all that kind of stuff. Love the cover as well. Like, I love the simplicity of it and stuff. And it's also got like little gloss kind of details on it, which is fun. But yeah, I am so excited to read Academy of Lies. I'm going to be reading this really, really soon. Next, we have Love Unleashed. This is just a cute little rom-com about a girl who lives in Brisbane, Australia, which is a change for me, and goes to New York. And it's just a cute little rom-com set in New York about like finding your way, finding through friendships, through your 20s, I think, making new friends, all that kind of stuff. It just seems really sweet. And this is an author I haven't read before. And I'm really excited to read it. I think it'll be a really good, like little refreshing kind of read. This is just 300 pages, so really cute and easy to get through. Lucy Undying by Christian White. Now this I am very excited for. This is about Lucy, Dracula's first victim, and it's about her life after Dracula and like her love story and all that kind of stuff, which I just think is going to be so much fun. So I guess this is technically like a dark academia. It's like a historical, not retelling, but I guess a twist on a historical story, which is going to be fun. The cover is absolutely stunning as well. It just sounds really, really intriguing to me. I've been really liking kind of historical retellings. I've been obsessed with the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, which isn't fantasy or anything like that. It says, but the death was only Lucy's beginning. She rose from the grave a vampire and spent her immortal life trying to escape from Dracula's clutches and trying to discover who she really is and what she truly wants. Her undead life takes an unexpected turn when in the 21st century London she meets another woman who is also yearning to break free from her past. It just sounds really cute, really fun. It's a love story and a really kind of interesting, different love story than anything I've read before, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't know. So if you have any like historical fantasy recommendations, please leave them in the comments below because as I said, I've been really liking them recently and I think I'm really gonna like this one. And last but not least, I thought I'd include this in the book haul because one of you guys, one of my lovely subscribers and followers, Gracie, sent me a custom binded book of Binding 13. I have never had a special edition book. Like, I can't even form words on how much this means to me. This is so beautiful. Look at the details of this. It is just absolutely stunning. Binding 13 is, as you know, probably one of my most favorite books in the entire world. I love it so much. I'm rereading it at the moment and it is just having even more of an effect on me. So this is just absolutely stunning. I love it so much. I've never had like a personalized book like this before. It is just so beautiful. And when it's one of my favorite books of all time, like that makes it so much better. These characters just have my heart in a completely unimaginable way. And just the little details of it and stuff, like the color. This is I don't know if it's coming up on camera as correctly, but it's like a purpley color, a fabric, which is just beautiful. It kind of reminds me of like those Penguin Classic binds. Like it's giving that kind of vibe for like such a good book. I just wanted to say thank you so much. I do believe she is starting a store soon. I don't think it is up and running yet, an Etsy store, but when she does, I'll obviously be tagging her and posting it and stuff so much, especially on my Instagram. So if you're curious about that, you can follow me on Instagram and stuff. But yeah, that is the final book for our haul today. So thank you so much for watching. I love all of you so much and I'm so thankful that you're here. I hope you enjoyed this book haul and I hope you go treat yourself to some books because you deserve it. I on the other hand need to go on a book buying ban. Like it's a problem. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video and I will see you in my next reading vlog, which I am so excited for.